Sparrow Hospital has now performed more than 200,000 COVID-19 tests since the pandemic started. But the focus on COVID-19 is straining the entire lab system, creating long lines at several blood draw locations and leaving a lot of patients frustrated with the delays. Now, Sparrow says it needs more staff to help meet demand. Fox 47's Christiana Ford met with the Sparrow's lab director and tells us why and what they plan to do about it.
The line for COVID-19 testing and blood work at Sparrow's Frandor location is wrapped around the building at 1 o'clock on a Monday.
We are doing a lot of the testing for Mid-Michigan. We are the largest producer of tests in most of Michigan.
But Sparrow Lab Director Dr. John Baker says a major challenge with having that role is now trying to support other services like blood testing, while demand for COVID testing continues to grow.
The whole response to COVID has required that we have a lot more employees in the laboratory. And so we have people deployed in different places, and we are hiring and bringing people on really as fast as we can. We are seeing some of the same difficulties other employers are having in terms of finding employees. Dr.
Baker says they are seeing delays and long wait times for blood testing at a number of their locations across mid-Michigan. One woman reached out to News 10 saying she waited between 2 and 3 hours to have blood drawn.
It takes longer. We have to handle the waiting room situations differently, and it's been harder to get more of our places back open again. So we're furiously working at opening more sites and looking at more and more options, including additional options for drive-through.
He says the only way to fix the problem is to hire more help.
For us, keeping up with the demand for blood testing is really a race to add more staffing as quickly as we can, and to do that carefully to make sure that you always have a competent person that's taking care of you.
Christiana Ford, Fox 47.
Sparrow has 17 open positions for outreach phlebotomy and several other positions they are trying to fill as quickly as possible. They also say they're having all kinds of medical supply shortages, so they have had to share supplies between labs. Sparrow says of the more than 200,000 tests it's done so far, the latest data shows 5% are coming back positive. The lab director suggests calling ahead to each blood testing site to see if there are any shorter waits before heading over. Today, the global number of COVID-19 cases surpassed the 40 million mark. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. It says around the world, more than 1.1 million people have died of COVID-19 since the pandemic began. So far, the U.S. has recorded the most cases with more than 8.1 million infections. That's followed by India with more than 7.5 million cases. Brazil comes in third with more than 5.2 million.